So today I'm going to take the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint in Light. I'm going for a fairly light coverage today. It's about 30 degrees outside, and probably it's just going to melt off my face anyways, so there's no point wearing a bunch of cakey makeup if it's all going to sweat off. So I'm kind of dabbing dots all over the place, and I'm just going to blend that out with my hands. So this Glossier skin tint is pretty light coverage. I would actually say it's less than a lot of the tinted moisturizers I have used, but it is great for just an everyday coverage if you are someone who doesn't always want a super heavy coverage, especially in the summer. I quite enjoy it, and it lets my freckles show through, which I like. On a day where I'm looking for maybe a more medium coverage, I really like the IT Cosmetics CC cream. That is a holy grail. Again, something very easy to blend on with fingers for moms who only have about 5-10 minutes in the morning, no time for brushes, tools, etc. This is the best way to go. So for concealer, we're going to use the Glossier Stretch Concealer. Again, I have light. This, I wish it actually came in a more fair tone. The range is actually quite small, which is a little bit unfortunate, and hopefully with all the popularity it will expand soon. And I do have a bit of a sunspot up here. Tone that down a little bit. And of course, any blemishes you can cover as well. I don't care too much if it shows through a little bit. This is real life. I'm not a makeup guru on YouTube. This is just everyday, enough to get out the door, and then pretty much not touch it again until the end of the day. Because again, I'm a mom, and nobody has time to do that when they're chasing after a 3-year-old. So I got a lot of redness like around my nose and on my chin. I would say it's quite hormonal. And because this skin tint is quite sheer coverage, I do go back over wherever I need it with additional stretch concealer just to kind of tone that all down. But again, I'm not looking for perfection. If some shows through, I'm a-okay with that. I think that's probably about all I'm gonna do there. And because the stretch concealer does crease quite a bit under the eye, I'm just going to set that with a Fit Me powder foundation. Just under the eye, on the eyelid, nice and quick. My skin is prepped. I'm going to be using a cream blush, kind of following in suit, the Marcel cream blush in Pink Paradise. These are super sheer, quite glossy on the skin, but very skin-like, and I quite enjoy that. And it very much ties into this type of almost a no makeup, at least for the skin, which is exactly what you need on a 30+ day. Luckily, we don't have too many of those in Canada during the summer. And my favorite part is the highlighter. I'm going to be using the Glossier Halo Scope in Moonstone. I have mixed feelings about this. I've been using it for probably about 4 months. I love the glossiness. It's a very I guess I would call it almost tacky. It stays tacky on your skin. If you don't like sticky products, you will not like this. But for someone who has super dry, dehydrated skin like me, it's actually quite lovely and does really bring the skin alive. My only kind of issue with it is I think it has little teeny blue glitters. And I only notice it sometimes, and I never notice it unless I'm looking like super up close. But I don't love glitter. And yeah, so I'm still, jury's out on this. I'm not quite sure what I think, but I do wear it quite a bit. So skin, base, done. That's as far as we're gonna go, and it's time for eyebrows, the most important part. I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in soft brown, just to kind of fill in those roots and just get a nice defined shape. And also I'm using the viewfinder, so that's why I'm looking over here. My daughter has an appointment in about 20 minutes, so I need to hurry up. And again, I'm not all about perfection with eyebrows. They're not supposed to be identical. Mine certainly are not. And I actually have quite a bit of a bald spot on the top of this one here, so I just try and make them look reasonably presentable. And then to soften that out, just make sure there's no craziness going on, use the spoolie on the end of that. We are going to move on to our lids. And of course I did not get my eye base out. Oh yes, I did. Here it is. So I'm using the Laura Mercier Vanilla Kiss eye cream base, just to kind of cancel out a lot of the veins. Again, I'm a redhead, super pale, and so the veins in my lids are quite pronounced and look quite purple, and even blue. So I'm just going to gently massage that in and blend that in. It's very, very forgiving, very easy. And it's a great base for whatever you're going to put on your lids for the day. Helps kind of keep it locked in place all day. So I'm going to take the, again, I'm not prepared and it's somewhere buried in my purse, Becca Opal. A lot of people use this for a highlight. I actually find it quite dark on someone as pale as me, so it doesn't really work as a highlight on me. Got it as a sample. It's absolutely beautiful on the eyes, so I'm just going to take my finger and just kind of put it on the lid. Just gorgeous for a summer day. And just blend that all the way up to the brow. And again on this eye. You see, again, I'm not really using much tools. I just find it way quicker, way faster to use by hand. Same brand. It's kind of like a minky purple. And because I am a redhead, it's not going to zoom or focus. There we go. I find this pulls less purple and more warm on me. My hair really pulls things a lot warmer than they are. So I'm just going to roughly put that in the outside V and blend it out with my finger. And again on this side. There's no science to this. If you want it more intense, just blend out the edges. You don't have to blend out the whole thing. I actually have a slightly hooded eye, or heavy even. They're a little bit heavy. So I do like to bring just a little bit up into this heavier area and darken it. So it kind of like pushes that in instead of pronouncing it and bringing it forward and making it more obvious that I have a heavy eyelid. Okay. I'm going to take this Liz Wachier to Dramatic Gel Liner in Blackberry. And I'm going to, and look at this. Twist up like lovely. It's time to sharpen pencils in the morning. I'm going to run this in the base of my lashes to darken things up. I think my husband might come in a minute and make a bunch of noise. He's looking at me through the window. Already you can see the definition that has given me. Just in the roots of my blonde lashes, they tend to need some darkening just to give more definition around the eye. I'm going to use the mascara I'm going to use today again is the Dior Show. Today I'm going to use the Dior Show. Can't say it. Today I'm going to use the I'm going to use the Dior Show Iconic Curl. I don't think it's gonna. No, it's not gonna. So when you see Dior Show Iconic Over Curl, the brush is like this. I love a rounded brush. I find that super flattering and very curling of the eyelashes. I'm gonna put it in at the base and wiggle up through the lashes. I was unfortunately not blessed with super great lashes, so I can use all the help I can get. And I just don't tend to curl my lashes on an everyday basis. I don't have time. I don't have room in my makeup bag in my purse. And so I would prefer to grab a mascara that can kind of do it for me so that I can like skip that step in the morning. So there's our first coat. Go to the other eye. Alright, so I've just gone and fixed my hair. Just curled these front pieces that were not cooperating. The rest is all my natural kind of wavy curls. And I just fixed these. Oops. These little front pieces just don't always cooperate. I've curled them with my flat iron. I've put on my red top for the day. My Zodiac necklace. I'm actually going to wear a red lip today. And this is kind of my mom hack for tired days, actually. The more tired I am, the bolder the lip I wear, and it just kind of distracts from all that going on. So I actually don't tend to overdraw my bottom lip very much because my top lip is quite a bit smaller. So I tend to do the top just to kind of balance it out a little bit. I'm using Sephora Lip Cream Stain. I believe this is always red, but I've used it so much it's worn off. Alright, we're getting there. Okay, I think that is about where we're gonna leave it. And there we go.